Well, hi guys. I'm currently in Kowloon, and this is Lei Yue Mun, one of the tourist destination in Hong Kong. And I also want to share with you that we begin our coverage here in Hong Kong, and also as the city marks the 25th anniversary of Hong Kong return to motherland. And we are pointing at the gateway right here. It actually written very big and shout pretty loud right here, saying it's the Lei Yue Mun. And also the direct translation from Chinese character, the first two letters is actually saying the carp, and then the last word is door. So this is actually a typhoon shelter for fishermen on this part of the island. And we are slowly walking to a map, and I want to share with you where we're going to visit today and give you an idea how big this is and what really made up of the Lei Yue Mun. So if you take a look at right here, we're currently at the gate, and this is the pinkish purple mark here, and we are standing right here. And this is a ferry pier that they can take the ship to Hong Kong Island, which is across the channel here. And also, so this Lei Yue Mun made up of two parts. First, on top, which is a little bit north of this map, is the Lingnan New Village, and the second half of this part is called Cen Ziyuan Village. So today we're going to take you to this part because majority of the seafood street, as well as vendors and some of the very cool and local taste of this village, will show pretty much right here. And this part is mostly residential. So we are going to take you on a tour to Lei Yue Mun today. And I want to share with you, let's slowly get closer to some of the boats that, and also cruises and also ferries that are parked here. This is obviously a fishing village, so you can see as a typhoon shelter, they pretty much, does it mean that they park here to hide from typhoon when the wind comes? They will be here. It's a safety haven for the boat to be at. And also you can definitely see the major contrast. We are standing at a fishing village, but right across you can see high buildings and residential buildings across where we are standing right now. So it's a really hidden fishing village at this huge metropolitan city. And this is the vibe that we're getting. And I also want to quickly show you the map. I'm going to pull that up very quick, but my cameraman is now showing you the views here. So we will be heading toward our right-hand side. As you can see, lots of little houses scattered on the camera, like right-hand side of the screen. And you can see a huge sculpture, carp is the name of this special place. And you can see a golden shiny one being here and saying it's having fun with you. So I guess it's a happy trip of today. And to be honest, it's my second time being here. But as I grew up near the ocean, so I'm a local from Zhuhai, so being near the ocean, it's pretty much a thing for me. And seeing such a fishing village, that really recall my childhood memory of being in the Greater Bay Area. And before we heading into the village, I want to share with you, so why does it call Carp Gate and also Lei Yue Mun? It's because as you can see, we are right here at the spot. My cameraman is trying to find a focus. And this is a channel between Kowloon and also the eastern part of Hong Kong Island. So as you can see, this is a little channel for the boats and cruises and also ferries to actually get inside to hide. So this is a safe place for them. When the typhoon comes, the boats can actually just drive inside and park here, and fishermen can rest. So this is where the name comes from, and this is the location that we're at right now. So I want to give you an idea of where we are walking and seeing, because this is the major thing they are doing here. Is obviously we're going to see seafood and lots of other cool things happening here, and we are on a walk now. And according to my observation, majority of the people living in the village are actually elderly and people who are older in the family. I'm not seeing much young generation. We got a chance to talk to them when we come here for an exploration. They say majority of the younger generation actually head out for work, but some of them still staying in the village. It's a quiet morning, but we already see some tourist groups coming over to check out what's happening here. Everyone knows Hong Kong is pretty much a fast-paced city, but walking in the fishing village is actually very calm and really enjoying their lives. You can see the residents here, and also some of the shops are opening. Well, as we know that this is a typhoon shelter sometimes, so for its location, they begin their renovation before this year's typhoon season. So coming up is part of the seafood street, but not all of them, because we come here in the morning and some of them are not even open yet, but we can see some of them. And I already see a sign saying no touch of the fish. But you can see it's really fresh, and they are cleaning up and also counting. Oh, look at how big these are. Two of them is the size of my hand. And we also got lobster. Oh, look at that crab. Woohoo. Oh, I can already sense the smell of the fish. And we also see some of the restaurant has not opened yet. But you can definitely get a vibe of this is the seafood street, and they're trying to give the tourists a sense of, okay, restaurants, seafood. And according to what I know, I spoke to some of the vendors, I came last time, that so if you don't know what you're craving for today, you can ask them for recommended, and you can see the shop has just opened. And this is also part of Seafood Street. They just opened their shop now, and it's only like 10:30, so still quite early, and you can see how long the crab's mustache are. Poke. They don't have a price range here. I might come back to just ask them how much, for example, a lobster is. So you definitely got a wide range of choices here. According to according to the vendors, for example, you can pick what you want to eat here, and then you can take it to the restaurants that's nearby. And also some of the seafood vendors, they actually own a restaurant. So pretty much you can pick your seafood here and then head toward the back of the restaurant, and then you can just process it and enjoy it. So what they're doing is they actually pick out the dead one. So they want to ensure all the shrimp that's on customers' plates are live and fresh. Oh, and they use the shrimp to feed the fish. As you can see, that's what they're doing. Well, I never know that this kind of fish that they eat shrimp. Okay. Well, this is part of the action here at Lei Yue Mun every day. And my cameraman is taking you to a new direction that I don't know. But that's the harbor that you can see. Once they park their ship there, they can directly pull the fresh products over to their vendors. Some of the shops remain closed for now. I mean, the busier time. One of my cameramen is playing with the starfish right here. Oh my gosh, this is huge. Exactly the size of my hand. I guess this is part of the fun living near the ocean, because seafood definitely dominates the majority of the dining option. Great proteins, right? Especially with shrimp. And I want to share with you how narrow they live, and especially how tight they are staying together. And every part here, there is like a household. You can see how tight they are staying together. All the residential units are scattered together, and pretty much this is how wide it is. Pretty much you can have a bike pass me, and then I walk by here. So this is where they're living, and I also want to share with this is the vibe of the fishing village here in Hong Kong, because land is already expensive. So lots of households live here, and the number of households live here, according to the latest data, is about 4,500 of them, and it's still very traditional. And how long have have you seen a post box ever in the past 10 years? I haven't, but I see one here. So very traditional. Very traditional, I mean. And you might get a sense it's dark and it's quiet here, but due to pandemic and also definitely the COVID-19 pandemic, people here are mostly staying in their house to limit the spread of the virus. Some people still travel, but you can definitely see this limits the tourist flow to the location. And obviously the busier hour here is around noon to dinner time. So this is the vibe we're getting here. It might look a little poor and dark, but people still are living here in this village. And now we come to one of the snack stores. And it's not expensive, 15 kwai, and I see lots of my childhood snacks. And you can see egg rolls right here, with seaweed. Lots of childhood snacks. And this is with shrimp roll inside. And this is very good for your throat. Dried tangerine or orange peels. Salty version, original version. I always wonder why they love nuts so much. We also see lots of options with nuts. And lots of biscuit. And this is, yeah, and we also see some murals on the wall. I will give you a wrap of murals at the end, but you can see along our path here, you're able to see lots of murals in the village because they, well, milk tea, and then this is the biscuit, traditional version, and then the gate that we see when we enter, and also the background, the typhoon shelter background is mountain. So this is definitely a mural represents the village itself. Very traditional. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. You're making some yummy food here. Oh, 浪浪老师，我们来看一下这个。So they're actually setting up a very traditional display right here. A light bus tip over. People come here to save them, and you can see Hong Kong ambulance right here. You can see traffic police. It's actually a scene happening in Hong Kong, and then taxi flying in the air, and also fire rescue is on site, and police are blocking the road. So they're actually creating a scene of accident and rescue right here in front of their shop. Whew. Yeah. And it's very quiet. I don't see anybody in the shop yet. And they're just, I guess, managing to... Oh, there's a poster here to stand by the police to show their support. Ooh, there's a big dog behind me. So they're actually still residents staying here, but majority of them, as I mentioned earlier, are elderly and also, for example, older generation of the family staying in the village. And many of them are living depending on selling seafood and also serving seafood for locals and also tourists. And then walking this way. We got more seafood stalls here. And we also got snack vendor up front. And this is also one of the tradition, drying pork. Hello.唔使，呢個係咩做㗎？
蜜糖咯，
蜜糖同埋
冬蜜咯。
哦。
你試下呢個得。
So this is a nut that they are promoting. I see lots of tourists walk by, actually get a bag of this and taste it. And I don't know why they're so popular of this nuts. And also we got beef, pork on screen. This is like pretty traditional. They loud. They marinate it with honey most of the time or spicy sauce. 哦好。點解香港人咁中意食嗰啲即係乾果咧？我一直好好奇。
因為健康。
哦。
乾果健康。好多乾果都好健康，黑桃尤其是好健康。
明白。
我哋隨便試得。
多謝晒。So how she explained is because it's pretty healthy for locals to taste nuts, and also they got nuts here. It's highly recommended, and she also asked us to taste some of her product here, but due to COVID restriction, we're not taking off our mask right here. But this is a few of selection that's super local. This is the one that she just gave me, is honey with nuts. 多謝晒。夠唔夠啊？一包？夠啦，夠啦，夠。唔使，多謝晒。And you can see they're so welcoming. There's a little bag of this with sesame, and then another one. And this is pretty much where that they live on. Let me talk to her. 鮑魚點賣啊？
鮑魚
係啊。
呢啲就180，呢啲就160。
哦。
即係有分咯，有邊度嚟嘅咯。
咁呢個邊度嚟㗎？
呢度澳洲。
哇！
呢個大陸。
大陸哦。咁即係我哋本地嘅海鮮咧，一般好少有鮑魚。
本地海鮮冇鮑魚。
哦。
以前就有，而家冇啦。
哦。咁依家出海一般拿乜嘢啊？一般都好少係嘛？
好少。
所以呢度一般都係進貨嘅。
係啊。
哦。
而家休漁期仲冇啫嘛。
明白。So it's not fishing season, 明白。And this is actually from Australia. This is from mainland.
呢啲係去西貢釣啊！左船嘅。
Hi bud. Hi bud. Nope. And then 明白。Hello. Hi. 你養㗎？係啊。啊，好乖，好乖。Got to pet a local dog.
有人嚟佢又走出嚟。
哦，明白。Okay, I'm definitely having fun here. 哇！然後佢嚟招呼。So I didn't know her before, and I just walked in to ask the price of the seafood here, and they say, 来看一下这个鱼。They say they got the fish from Saigon by fishing. So yeah, that's what they do. 西貢啲魚有咁靚嘅咩？
有釣啊，海嗰度釣啫嘛。
而且呢啲條紋啊，但係食唔到咯。哦。So they take a boat ride over to fishing. 明白。哦。然後嗰啲大魚係咩魚嚟㗎？
龍躉啦。
龍躉咁大㗎？係啊。我一直覺得龍躉係細少少。
細有大㗎嘛。
Oh, let me tell you. Well, I only know the Cantonese name is called 龍躉.
有3年嘅。
And this is 3, so she has keeping them for 3 years.
即係同呢啲咁大，同呢下邊呢啲咁大翻嚟嘅樣咁大。
Wow. So originally they come in from come in this size. So when she got them, it's in this size, and this this two is kept for 3 years, and they grow into this size. 但係龍躉依家都係要入貨咯，即係。
有我㗎，菲律賓啊、印尼嗰啲嚟嘅。
哦。
但係嗰隻又唔好食。係
啊，即係啲肉唔得，係唔同。So we're exchanging some seafood lover experience. So what they're saying, what she's saying, this is from Philippines and also Indonesia. So Indonesia one and Philippine ones are more tasty. And this is from Canada. So majority of them are imported because it's not fishing season. Woo! Oh. And that's from the U.S. The red lobster right there. 所以基本上都係啲外國嘅品種。明白明白。So they are not local。但係依家遊客都唔多，你哋點賣咧？
有啊，佢都唔開放，鬼啫。
So what they're saying？
我都閂咗幾個月啦，想交交租唔使請伙計，如果要交租個伙計，晨早都閂咗門。
So because no tourists are here, they almost close. But because this is her own place, so she doesn't need to pay the rent. She doesn't need to pay the salary for staff. So that's how they'll keep going. But 哦，咁好近啫。So they are just living right across the street. 但係你開呢架鋪幾多年啦？
幾10年喎，呢度出世喎。
哇
！80幾年。
So she is a local. She has stayed here for 80 years.
成100年咯。
咁你都80幾啦？冇啩？
有喎。
邊有可能啊？
有喎。
So she is
85歲啦。
Oh, 85 years old, and she has been living here. 嗱呢間鋪
多咯。
And that's what she wants to recommend to you, that she has been eating this so much good protein, so that's why she is getting to.
第4個仔都咁大佬，50歲過咗。
And that's her 4th son with 50 plus years old.
我最大個女同埋仔退咗休咯。
咁快？
個女啊。
咁你係咪已經有5代同堂啊？差唔多。有啊，
有啊。
但係啲細嘅住喺呢度嘛，就係住喺。
細而家冚唪唥出咗去讀書啊，有啲孫啊、侄嗰啲。
So grandkids, grandkids are in U.S. or in Canada, but
個大女退咗休就去咗加拿大啊，帶個仔去讀書啊。個大仔退咗休咧就去咗美國啊。有2個細女咧喺英國讀書，讀完唔翻嚟喺度結婚啊。
So the oldest daughter went to U.S. and then 你話係第2個仔去咗加拿大，第一個仔去咗加拿大。And the second
第一個仔就去咗美國，第一個女咧就去咗加拿大。
So daughter to Canada and then son to U.S.
當差㗎嘛，55歲退休啊嘛，咁咪移民咯去咯，跟住帶啲仔讀書咯，咁咪剩翻呢個喺度咯。
咁你估計仲可以開幾多年啊？呢間鋪？
呢間鋪開咗50幾年。
50幾年。So the shop has been open more than 50 years, and she is 85. 所以即係你30幾歲開始咯，差唔多。So she started about 30 some years.
以前街上我係第2開嘅，我有一檔係第1，我係第。
好新鮮喎！哦，
有實㗎嘛，佢生猛啊嘛。
哦，you can't even move them。係哇，真係好生猛。So this is from the Chinese mainland。
如果佢唔黐咧，就死㗎啦，就會死㗎啦。
So the more sticky, oh, sticky they are,
黐嗰啲咧就唔得
the better they are。
唔俾得人食嘅。
明白。
好似加拿大度做咯，誒唔好呃人，要請教俾人。我啲仔女都係嗱，你做生意啊，要你價錢要攞到夠，千祈唔好呃人啊，唔好俾死人。人哋嗰啲投訴啊，一投訴我你拉你好啊，唔拉好，我投訴嘅都係㗎嘛。
Her kids saying just be fair and give good price, don't lie to your customers, be true to them。係啊。
到時我都唔知拉你好唔拉我，公子我唔會咁做呢啲嘢嘅。
好啦，我哋繼續往前行，多謝晒，拜拜。我哋係行去天后廟嗰度，係啊係啊係啊。拜拜。Well, get to know a new neighbor here, I guess. And as part of the mural I just mentioned, you can see more of them right here. Pretty much draw out the Kowloon neighborhood. And you can see, well, it's a little busy here, but as I just mentioned, this is a typhoon shelter. So they pretty much caught up in the catch up in the quiet season to renovate and also rebuild their barrier fences here so that they can protect the villagers here. We just lost a bit of signal as we walked through the seafood street here, and some of the blockage from the, I don't know, the fans? No? The place that they set up, so they might block the signal for where we are right now. And we are now at a little, not plaza, but this part is where the fancy seafood restaurants are. You can see the view here. There was just one tourist walk by. And you can see the water here is very clear. 看一下水。And you can see also a man fishing. I believe he is local. A very good view of the Hong Kong island. Hold it, Jumba. Oh, I thought he got a fish. Never mind. So what I'm saying is you got fancy seafood restaurant. So before where we are, it's more like small boutique size canteen. But here we got, if you want like fancy, and you also want to hold a party here for seafood cuisine, you can come here. An open kitchen, obviously. They are getting busy right here, approaching noontime. And we can get a sneak peek of 可以偷偷拍一下，也不是偷偷，就看一下他们里面的景观。You can definitely see the view inside. You just pretty much sit by the ocean, enjoy seafood, and look over to see the great view of Hong Kong Island. We got more construction on this side, but we're taking you to the Tin Hau Temple, a sea goddess that local worship. We're going to end there, but we're making our way over. And oh, she's actually painting the murals here. I didn't know I would run into someone. 你今日要畫啊？係啊係啊。哇！因為我嗰日嚟嘅時候見到好多，但係我冇碰到有人喺度畫。哦。咁你哋呢個即係一般係要花幾耐完成一幅咧？
其實呢個本來我哋由上年11月開始嘅。
係係。咁
其實因為疫情，我哋1月本來應該2月完嘅。
係。
咁但係因為1月5號突然間即係會嗌全部停晒，因為疫情啊嘛。所以我哋啱啱就係其實係5月最尾個嚟，即係29號開始。
即係差唔多停咗3、4個月咯。
係啊係啊係啊，所以變咗有啲嘢甩漏，我哋要翻嚟
再補翻，係啊。好啊，我哋就想睇下嘅啫，覺得好犀利。
入邊其實仲有好多。
係啊，我上次影咗嗰個鯉魚門嘅，應該都係你哋畫嘅，喺天后廟嗰邊係啊。
因為今年係第3期咯，其實係。
哦，咁其實咧畫完之後會唔會換咧？
其實佢哋畫完就應該唔換嘅，因為其實有其他屋嗰啲咧，可能就會，因為其實有啲居民我哋畫嗰陣時都話，你畫埋我間屋啊。哦，
明，所以呢邊其實好啲咯，即係包括圍欄嗰啲。
因為其實呢個即係譬如南大門，其實我第一次係即係叫做有商業嘅幫佢哋畫咯，因為之前你見到全部都係即係屋企嚟嘅，即係全部都係嗰啲屋仔嘅咯。係。咁係第一次即係一幅咁大幅咯。哦。
所以你依家畫緊最大嘅一幅，算係啦。
算係咯。
So she is actually painting a mural here, and this is part of the beautification program here. And they started last November, and that's why I'm pointing you to lots of the murals that you see since you have entered Lei Yue Mun. And might be one of the biggest one. And due to pandemic, when they started in November, they asked to postpone in January, around January, and they begin after 3 to 4 months. And right here is this is you see the dragon.
呢個唔係全部。
唔係全部，但係你今日補嘅係呢個。And she is showing us the full picture. 哇！你打咗好多草稿啊！
係因為其實喺度修改，呢一個咧就係其實呢個尾層真係定案。咁其實再定案嗰個咧就係
This is a version of it. And what you're going to see here, but we're going to see part of it because they have postponed first.
最終。
哇！即係仲未上色。
係啊，呢個冇上色嘅，因為一路修改，咁我哋唔想上咗之後又再改咯。
明白。So they just drafted out. They haven't decided on what color they're going to put. Otherwise, they got to edit it again. 哇！多謝晒。咁呢個都係社區項目嘅部分。係啦。OK， 我哋唔打擾你啦，多謝晒。拜拜。So this is part of the community project here, and because they have postponed for so many months, and that's why she is correcting some of the colors and also repaint some of them. So we don't know the final, and this is coming up as a public square that people are here to chill, and you can see the ancient tree here. They see it's a lucky tree that pretty much you can make a wish upon it, and it might come true. And you can see lots of folks are chilling here. And this is the fancy tree I'm talking about. You can make a wish here. And you can also see some band that's tied and hang on them. They also got basketball courts, so pretty much all the facility for fun is definitely on site. So majority of them use bike to paddle in and out of the village. And I'm going to take you for a little stroll in the village. It's so hot here. I'm sweaty already. You can see lots of the bikes, kids, larger bikes all lock up here. And these are actually household living inside. But on the back side, I want to take you a look at the view. You can definitely see the residential building and also a little bit of ocean in front of you. You can see plants here. Also more residential units, so people are actually living here. But how they're building these houses is actually from the ground up to the mountain. So it's all scattered. I'm also stalking at someone's garden right here. I think that's, according to my knowledge, is either papaya or cucumber. Okay. Aha, come to the fun part. And we got see murals here. Colorful part of the village. And also we see tigers. So the lady just keep telling me that when they start doing this project, they painted on the houses, like the tigers, where the tiger is located. And then people weren't quite happy about it because you're painting on somebody's house. Even though it's a community beautification project, but they weren't quite happy, the villagers aren't quite happy. So So that's why she said it's easier to just do it on the streets and also do it in a public space. It's relatively quiet for this part in comparison to where we were when we just entered the Lei Yue Mun part, the gate. So this part majority is residential units, as you can see, and also people are actually staying in this part and living. These are definitely the locals. More murals. The version that I said painting on someone's house that they aren't happy about. We also got one here. This is my cameraman's favorite cat. So this is the view that we pretty much just walk along the coastline, but ooh, you can see people are drying fish here. I didn't see that last time. 晒鱼干. So this is part of my childhood memory. When you have enough fish that you can't finish them in a day, you pretty much just clean them up and then hang them on a string and air dry them. Well, you saute them first and then you dry them so that you can eat that with some of rice porridge. And in the morning, you might see some of locals sitting on those huge rocks and then just trying to catch something for their dinner, for their meals. And we see some of the painting here. And the part we're at, as I tell you, is Samgachun village. And this is the mural that pretty much paint out from the gate. And then near the gate, there is a ferry pier that we pointed to, but we didn't visit there. And then along the street is all the seafood vendors. And also you see the public square and basketball court. It's a painting that pretty much give you a quick snapshot of the Samgachun village that we walked through. And also this is end with the Tin Hau Temple. And we continue to walk over to give you a final look of all the murals and also toward that direction. And this is where I get my profile shot for this live streaming. This is the picture I found because I feel it's very colorful. So I took the shot. And on that day when I took this photo, there are people actually fishing on the rocks. let me tell you, in the past few days we are in Hong Kong, the weather didn't cooperate. And it's the first day ever that we see blue sky. So it's raining season here in the area, but it's so rare that we are able to see blue sky today. So I guess weather cooperate for this particular live stream as well. And as you just mentioned, maybe from time to time as I walk through the village, you can see definitely majority of the people past me are the elderly. And also the lady I talked to, she said most of the younger generation, including her daughter and son, so she has 4 kids. 2 of them, the oldest at the second oldest one, so it's a daughter and son. They both left for overseas, and then their grandkids are overseas for school. It's rare for the younger generation to stay here in the village. And I asked her, how many years more do you think the shop will continue to be open? She said she doesn't know. But since her 4th son is here, so I guess he would take over the shop when the lady wants a rest. And you can see big cargo ship pass here from time to time.那边有个人钓完鱼回来，帮我给个镜头。So that's what I'm talking about. Some of the locals and also fishermen will pretty much get here early, around 7 to 8, before it's like too hot, but they all gear up. And then they will have a cooler, a fishing pole, and a backpack. They will pretty much bring a chair and sit here to see what kind of fortune they will get for the day. But I'm not sure he is going to find a new position and fish. Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. Ooh, something is flying off the water. I can stare at this view for an entire day. Oh. And you can see some old stuff here, but it's unmounted. No photos on the rock. And finally, we finish our walk here, and this is to respect them. We're not going to enter the temple, but I actually want to wrap up here because this is a location that locals and also fishermen will worship to ensure that they are having a safe trip to get out on the ocean to fish. And also it's pretty much a tradition, and also people will come here to this kind of, especially to Tin Hau, to ask for protection and to have a thought of appreciation for what they got and what they harvest on the ocean. And as more tourists are coming, I'm going to wrap up our live stream here. And thanks for joining me for the tour at Lei Yue Mun today. And I hope you enjoy, and I definitely enjoy my conversation with the lady, and also I got to pet a dog. And that's all we have for today. Bye for now.